The line between humans and machines is about to blur, where sci-fi dreams are no longer fiction. We dare to bet on it, and you might already feel it too. What we thought was impossible just a decade ago is now clearly here. AI has entered the real world. More precisely, Tesla bot version 3, Optimus Generation 3 in the real world. This isn't just an ordinary machine, it's a pinnacle of technology, a direct challenge to the future itself. Not only has it proven capable of performing previous homemaker tasks, but Elon Musk has also confirmed the integration of Grok Voice into Tesla bot version 3. This unlocks a wide range of new utilities and features for Optimus. Just imagine a robot that talks to you like a close friend, thanks to the integration of Grok Voice AI from XAI, artificial intelligence that allows Optimus Gen 3 to communicate in a smooth, shockingly natural way. Musk has also confirmed that the new version of Optimus will feature many improvements over the current one, and that a production line for 5,000 robots is already in motion. Tesla is the first company to make this happen. It's both thrilling and a little scary to think we'll soon encounter these robots anywhere. But this is the future Elon Musk is aiming for. Just like how he made electric vehicles mainstream with Tesla, there will be both positive and negative impacts, but one thing is certain. Optimus is opening the door to an entirely new world. So what's new in version 3? When will it launch? Let's find out, starting right now. There's no denying that Tesla's Optimus robot is one of Elon Musk's most ambitious projects to date, with billions of dollars being poured into its development. You might still question its usefulness after all. It hasn't yet proven enough to be truly convincing. The tasks it performs are relatively simple, and as engineers have acknowledged, Optimus still has a long way to go in terms of refinement and debugging before it's ready for sale next year. Currently, at least 4 major upgrades are in development for Optimus, and completing them will pave the way for the release of the final version, Optimus Gen 3, or version 3, as Elon Musk has referred to it. To prove that Tesla is more than just a leading EV company, it needs to deliver a product that goes beyond EVs, and that's exactly why Elon Musk is now putting so much focus on the Optimus robot. Alright, let's dive deeper into the game-changing integration of Grok Voice AI into Tesla's Optimus version 3. As someone who's been tracking the evolution of humanoid robotics, we can tell you this move puts Optimus in a league of its own, and here's why. First off, the natural language capability of Grok Voice is a massive leap forward. Unlike traditional voice assistants that rely on rigid command sets, Grok, powered by XAI's cutting-edge AI, enables Optimus to engage in fluid conversational exchanges. It can use voice to deliver information to users more quickly, especially for elderly people who need to look up information and are accustomed to listening to news through voice. From the very beginning, Elon Musk shared that Optimus could be especially beneficial for both the elderly and children, thanks to its wide range of extended utilities. Optimus can quickly answer questions using its super-intelligent AI brain, and it can serve as an in-home tutor for children, effectively supporting their learning. It's also perfectly suited to assist seniors in using smart home devices. You can simply say, "Hey Optimus, tell me how to use the iron," or "Optimus, please show me how to use a smartphone," and the Tesla bot will patiently explain it to you until you understand. This is truly one of its key advantages with Grok Voice. Second, the adaptability of Grok Voice shines in diverse environments. With support for multiple languages and real-time contextual understanding, Optimus can operate seamlessly in noisy industrial settings or multilingual households. This is a big deal. Most competing robots, like those from Boston Dynamics, rely on pre-programmed responses or limited voice recognition, which falter under variable conditions. Optimus, however, can filter out background noise and prioritize user input. The clearest evidence was when Tesla brought 50 robots to the We Robot Cybercab launch event last October. Despite the crowd gathering around and the somewhat noisy background music, Optimus still delivered responses and comments that delighted most attendees. This proves that it can still hear, analyze commands, and provide answers even in noisy environments. With Grok Voice, this integration positions Optimus as a premium offering. The high cost Musk alluded to likely reflects the advanced tech stack, but it's justified by the unique value, personalized interaction, environmental resilience, and continuous improvement. Compared to competitors like Figure AI or Agility Robotics, which focus on physical dexterity without such sophisticated AI, Optimus version 3 becomes a holistic solution. So far, 3 versions of the robot have been released. Even though Tesla only began the project just over 2 years ago, that's a remarkable feat no other company has managed to achieve. In terms of design, we believe the Tesla bot is currently the most aesthetically pleasing robot out there. When placed next to other robots, the difference in refinement is striking. While other robots often expose wiring, metal frames, and heavy-looking components, Optimus features a seamless design with no visible flaws. From our perspective, the only improvement it might need at this point is a front-facing display screen. However, that's just our opinion. Of course, for Tesla, adding such a feature might be unnecessary. It could complicate development and increase the cost beyond the target price of $20,000. What's surprising, though, is that even with such a polished design, this isn't the final look Tesla is aiming for. Musk has repeatedly emphasized that the design of Tesla version 3 will be something truly special. Just last week, he posted on X, so many improvements to come in the next design of Optimus. So, what do you think Tesla would change if they were to redesign the current Gen 2 model? Honestly, it's hard for us to guess. There are few, if any, flaws in the current design of Optimus. It features a head with multicolored LED lights to indicate status, such as low battery or active operation, the word Tesla printed on the chest, a striking black and white color scheme, and even a special Optimus Golden version, inspired by the Cybercab. Yeah, the Tesla bot really has a clean and minimalistic design, which makes sense for the $20,000 price point. If Tesla made things more complex, we bet the price would go up significantly. However, according to Elon Musk, redesigning the bot isn't about making version 3 more luxurious or premium. It's about making it easier to mass produce. Musk wrote on X, "The toughest part by far is improving the design of Optimus for ease of manufacturing and tooling up a complex supply chain, so it can be made in significant numbers." So for version 3, redesigning the bot will be the very first upgrade underway, and we'd bet it will go far beyond what anyone expects. It's shaping up to be a jaw-dropping transformation compared to the current Gen 2. As we've mentioned many times in earlier episodes, version 3 of Optimus is expected to feature a 22-degree of freedom hand, replacing the current 11-degree of freedom version. But let's put the technical side aside for a moment and talk about design. As we've all seen, the 22-degree of freedom hand of Optimus is nearing design perfection. You can compare it directly in the video where Optimus catches a tennis ball on the left is the next-gen hand, while the right side still uses the older version. The older hand still exposes some cables and actuators, while we were genuinely stunned to see how the new hand is almost completely enclosed. We mean, there's nothing visibly sticking out anymore. Even the fingers don't show prominent joints like the older version. Yes, that's the design part. When looking at the new hand, the first thing that came to our mind was that Optimus might now be able to do tasks like washing dishes or even doing laundry. The new hand appears to be much more water-resistant than the old one. They almost look like they're covered in gloves, possibly a direct answer to those who've questioned whether Optimus could handle tasks involving water. Moving on to the technical and functional aspects of the new hand, we've all read and heard Elon Musk's bold claims that it could thread a needle, play the piano, or even perform more complex tasks. Sounds hard to believe, right? But after closely observing the new hand's performance in the demo video, we now understand why Musk is so confident. It's clear that the new hand allows for much more precise finger manipulation. The joints bend easily, almost like a human hand. The Gen 2 Optimus hand had 11 degrees of freedom, but the upcoming one has 22, just 5 short of a human hand, which has 27. To put it simply, even with just 11 degrees of freedom, Optimus was already able to fold clothes, water plants, hold eggs without breaking them, install small electronic components, carry battery trays, and even serve drinks. And that was just the beginning, considering both the brain and the hands of Optimus were still in a fairly early stage. With the new hand in version 3, Musk believes Tesla bot will pull far ahead of its competitors and become the most advanced humanoid robot in the world. 100, 500, or even thousands of tasks could potentially be handled by this robot. Of course, Tesla had to overcome major challenges to achieve this, because nearly 50% of the robot's overall mechanical complexity lies in the new generation of hands. When observing Tesla Optimus's walking posture, many people have humorously compared it to someone finishing an exhausting leg day at the gym. Others joked that Optimus walks like a president stumbling across a stage. While these comments may seem like lighthearted fun, they actually point to a noteworthy issue. Optimus's gait is still quite limited, and Tesla knows it. Elon Musk has repeatedly emphasized that improving mobility speed is one of the top priorities in the development of Tesla Bot, with the long-term goal of reaching speeds up to 5 miles per hour. That said, if we look at the progress made since the beginning of the year, there have been clear improvements. Optimus has gone from an unsteady, wobbly walk to a more balanced and consistent stride. Still, in our view, its speed and confidence in movement aren't yet convincing enough to be called a breakthrough. Tesla still needs a major leap forward in motion control technology if it wants to bring Optimus up to the level of robots like Boston Dynamics' Atlas or Kepler's Forerunner. Interestingly, the slightly bent knee walking posture we see in Optimus isn't a design flaw. It's actually an intentional choice. This stance helps lower the robot's center of gravity, which improves its balance, especially when navigating uneven surfaces or unexpected situations. At the We Robot event, Optimus demonstrated this advantage by moving smoothly through a crowd in low-light conditions. That said, in terms of speed, Optimus is still trailing behind. With an average walking speed of about 2.2 miles per hour, compared to some competitors reaching 3 miles per hour, there's still work to be done. Tesla's latest update to Optimus's gait shows a more natural movement, with less of the hunched-over posture that led to earlier jokes, comparing it to Joe Biden's walk. So it's clear Tesla is continuing to refine Optimus's mobility through hardware adjustments, weight distribution, and battery improvements. Speed might be a current weakness, but with version 3, Optimus is almost certain to surprise us. In case you didn't know, Tesla's strength doesn't just lie in its technology. When the company decided to build a product outside of electric vehicles, it had to recognize its unique edge over the competition. Because in the world of robotics, technology alone, knowledge, experience, and expertise isn't enough to dominate, especially for a company rooted in the auto industry. That's why Tesla is leveraging two major advantages: its massive logistics network and its ability to repurpose EV components for use in robots. This strategy allows them to build a sophisticated robot while also scaling production at a level most companies can't match. Musk has stated the goal is to eventually produce billions of robots, and that's exactly the direction they're heading. Of course, things can't move that fast right from the beginning, especially with a robot like Optimus, which is still being built by hand. At the moment, it doesn't have an automated production line like Tesla's EVs do. The engineers working on the project are still manually building and assembling it in small quantities. We find it kind of funny that many people think a Tesla bot could build another Tesla bot. While that's technically possible, it's definitely not the case right now. To manufacture millions of Optimus units per year, an automated production line will eventually be necessary. All the components like the battery, actuators, frame, cables, and cameras will need to come together in one area, and specialized machines will assemble them very quickly. Optimus operates on a system similar to Tesla's vehicles, meaning it makes real-time decisions instead of just performing pre-programmed actions. Right now, it relies on remote control for training and data collection, something that often leads to confusion and skepticism among those who don't fully understand the robot development process. Some people think Optimus is just a robot that walks like Biden and isn't autonomous, as Tesla claims, once they find out it's being remotely operated. But that idea is ridiculous because even we, as humans, need to learn and practice skills before we can perform them well. You can't be good at something right away. Everything takes time and training before you can do it effectively on your own. Optimus is no exception. That's why Elon Musk emphasizes that Optimus will be fully autonomous by next year. With plans to deploy thousands of robots in factories next year, Optimus isn't the kind of robot that just repeats a single task. It's much more versatile. It can observe its surroundings, analyze machinery, production areas, and information systems, and make decisions based on the situation, all in real time. That's why many of the tasks for Optimus are expected to roll out as early as next year. Deploying Optimus in factories is one of the boldest moves no one else dares to try except Tesla. Neural networks are one of the most critical areas where Tesla excels, which is why Elon Musk is especially confident that they have the best robot brain in the world. Optimus uses an advanced neural network developed with similar technology to Tesla's full self-driving system, which has been refined to support autonomous driving. This neural network is integrated into a custom AI chip that processes data from sensors, cameras, and navigation systems to perceive the environment, plan movements, and interact with objects. One standout feature is that Optimus can operate using a single end-to-end neural network, meaning it can handle a wide range of tasks, from walking and picking up items to doing household chores, all through one unified model. This network is trained on real-world human video, including first-person perspectives, and may eventually expand to learn from internet video as well. For example, recent demos show Optimus learning to vacuum, stir food, or pick up objects just by analyzing visual data, proof of its ability to learn and adapt quickly. In addition, the neural network allows Optimus to maintain balance and move across uneven terrain, even when it's blind visually, thanks to other sensors and ultra-fast processing speeds. Tesla Bot now capable of learning up to 100 new tasks per day simply by watching videos. Whether it's cooking, cleaning, or sorting factory parts, Optimus absorbs knowledge at a rate far beyond human capability. Unlike older robots that required manual programming or teleoperation, Optimus uses a neural network trained on real-world video data, similar to how Tesla's full self-driving learns from millions of hours of driving footage. This allows Optimus to observe a task, simulate it in a virtual environment, and perfect it before applying it in real life. Once a robot masters a skill, the knowledge is instantly shared with all other Optimus units through Tesla's collaborative learning system. If one robot learns to make an omelet, every other robot can do it too. This exponential learning model means Tesla could build a massive skill library faster than any human workforce. Optimus can now perform complex two-handed tasks, respond to simple voice commands, and handle coordination far beyond earlier versions. With an 8-hour battery powered by a 2.3 kilowatt-hour pack, it's designed for practical use in both homes and factories. However, the rise of such fast-learning AI raises concerns. What happens if Optimus watches a dangerous video? Could it replicate illegal or harmful actions? While the potential is immense, so are the ethical questions. Still, Musk believes this robot will be Tesla's most important product yet, with demand outpacing anything they've ever made. As we move into an era of shared intelligence and task automation, Optimus is not just a machine, it's a glimpse into the future of labor, learning, and possibly humanity itself. Elon Musk isn't afraid to spend money on the most advanced technologies for Tesla's factories, with one condition: they must be truly useful. And the Giga Press is the most useful machine Musk has ever brought to Tesla, even though it's not cheap. Tesla's success today is undoubtedly partly thanks to the Giga Press, the game changer that allows Tesla to produce a car in seconds. But that's just the 6,000 tons and 9,000 tons models. The 50,000-ton Giga Press will be even more shocking, capable of producing 12 cars in just 60 seconds. Elon Musk has confirmed and believes that new car models will be placed into this machine, and the production line will be so crazy that no one will be able to get close. So, how does the Giga Press produce 12 cars per minute? Is this the solution for the next generation of cars? You might not know this, but the story of Elon Musk and the Tesla Giga Press is quite thrilling. Bringing this machine to the company was no easy feat. According to what we know, the idea for the Giga Press came from an inspiring moment for Elon Musk. Musk once held a die-cast toy car on his desk and asked himself, why can't we do the same with real cars? He realized that casting large parts, like the entire underbody of the Model Y, could significantly reduce weight, cost, and assembly time. At that time, Tesla was under immense pressure to increase the production of the best-selling Model Y, and the company needed to find ways to reduce costs more effectively. The Giga Press was seen as the key to achieving this goal, as it helped reduce the cost of manufacturing the vehicle frame by 20 to 40%. However, Building a machine like this had never been done before in the automotive industry, and die-casting manufacturers initially doubted its feasibility. At that point, the automotive industry typically used steel stamping and robot welding to create car frames, which required hundreds of parts and complex processes. Despite the machine's potential, Elon Musk reached out to 6 major die-casting manufacturers to inquire about such a press. Surprisingly, 5 of them declined, considering the idea too crazy and unfeasible. It seemed that hope was lost, but luckily, in the final contact, Idra, an Italian company specializing in die casting, accepted the challenge. Of course, even Idra wasn't entirely sure, and they only said maybe. For Musk, that maybe was a huge deal at the time. To quickly bring the Giga Press to life, Tesla worked closely with Idra for over a year to develop it. The process was far from easy. Tesla continuously requested design modifications, forcing Idra to adjust the machine to meet the requirements. A representative from Idra shared that each time Tesla proposed a change, their engineering team had to work tirelessly to update the design. And in the end, the Giga Press was successful. Tesla started with the 6,000-ton Giga Press to produce the rear chassis of the Model Y, followed by the 9,000-ton machine specifically for manufacturing the Cybertruck. Now, Elon Musk is moving forward with the 50,000-ton Giga Press, dedicated to the chassis of the Cybercab and the affordable Model 2. Compared to the 6,000-ton and 9,000-ton Giga Presses, this machine is far more efficient, as it can cast multiple frames at once, and the casting time has been reduced from 70 seconds to just 5 seconds. Yeah, it sounds unbelievable. We didn't believe it either, but it's the truth.
I think it'll be able to produce a car ultimately in less than 5 seconds. Like, can you imagine a car coming off the line in less than 5 seconds? That's like, whoa, like real fast. And then I guess maybe we need to just get even bigger casting machines. Sure, why not? Down, yeah, let's 50,000 tons.
Okay, so how massive is this machine? How long does it take to assemble? How is it different from the 6,000-ton or 9,000-ton Giga Press? And how can it produce one Cybercab every 5 seconds, 12 cars per minute? These are exactly the questions that popped into our heads when Elon Musk mentioned the 50,000-ton Giga Press. Many people still mistakenly think that the 50,000 tons refers to the weight of the machine, but that's completely wrong. The 6,000 tons, 9,000 tons, or 50,000 tons refers to the pressure the machine generates, not its mass. However, its size is still enormous, and its weight could reach over 3,000 tons or 6.6 million pounds. To put it in perspective, as far as we know, the 6,000-ton Giga Press weighs about 430 tons or 948,000 pounds, while the 9,000-ton version weighs about 688 tons or 1.52 million pounds. This means that the 50,000-ton version could weigh up to 8.16 million pounds. Yeah, a real beast. Compared to the current Giga Press models, this new machine generates about 8.3 times the pressure of the 6,000-ton version and 5.5 times that of the 9,000-ton version. So, just the installation process could take months. In terms of size, the 50,000-ton Giga Press is 131 feet long, 42 feet wide, and 39 feet tall, equivalent to a 4-story building lying on its side. Sounds shocking, right? Clearly, Tesla had to build a special facility just to house this machine, with a reinforced concrete foundation several meters deep to support its insane weight. If you doubt it, you should know that the 6,000-ton Giga Press alone is 64 feet long, 19.69 feet wide, and 17.39 feet tall. So, the 50,000-ton Giga Press will be many times larger. But how does the 50,000-ton Giga Press work? The Giga Press applies ultra-high pressure to ensure the molten aluminum fills every tiny detail of the mold perfectly, leaving no defects. Once cast, the part is evenly cooled, causing the aluminum alloy to harden into its final shape. This process requires extreme precision. If it's too fast, air bubbles can form. Too slow, and the aluminum starts cooling before fully filling the mold. The cooling process is carefully controlled through a uniform cooling system, which helps the final product achieve high strength and accuracy. After cooling, a robot extracts the part from the mold, trims off any excess material, and sends it through a quality inspection process. The Giga Press plays a crucial role in reducing vehicle weight, increasing structural rigidity, and boosting performance by casting a single large component instead of welding together dozens of smaller parts, saving both time and labor. Today, there are various types of Giga casting technology for multiple suppliers on the market. Aside from Tesla, companies like General Motors, Hyundai, Volvo, Zeekr, and XPeng have also invested in this tech. Notably, XPeng has invested in a 16,000-ton Giga casting machine. The operating mechanism of the 50,000-ton Giga Press isn't entirely different from that of the 6,000 or 9,000-ton models. First, the process still begins with preparing the materials. Tesla will melt down new aluminum ingots along with leftover aluminum from previous castings in a furnace heated to around 850 degrees Celsius. Then, any surface impurities are removed before the molten metal is transferred via heated pipelines to another sealed furnace, which maintains a temperature between 750 degrees Celsius and 850 degrees Celsius. From what we know, the Giga Press uses a two-furnace system to process the aluminum alloy. One acts as a melting furnace, powered by natural gas and operating at around 850 degrees Celsius. The other stores the molten metal and is electrically heated, maintaining a temperature between 750 degrees Celsius and 850 degrees Celsius, as mentioned earlier. The empty space inside the holding furnace is filled with nitrogen gas, which helps prevent the formation of oxides in the molten aluminum. It also helps maintain a consistent temperature. Additionally, operators use argon gas, a rotary degasser, and a silicon carbide filter to remove further impurities and particles larger than 25 microns. That covers the material preparation stage. Next up, mold preparation. Before each cycle begins, the Giga Press lubricates the mold surface. A robot sprays around 35 milliliters of soybean oil in a thin, even layer across the mold, kind of like greasing a baking pan, to make it easier to release the part afterward. Then the system creates a vacuum to remove any air, and the molten aluminum is transferred from the holding furnace into the Giga Press's shot chamber. There, the molten metal is injected into the mold cavity by a high-speed piston. That piston is also lubricated with about 8 milliliters of oil before each shot.
In a single casting machine, we could do like 5 at a time or something, you know? I'm trying to think, like, how do you scale castings? Because you got liquid metal, metal's got to cool, and then you've got to automate, getting all the bits and pieces off the casting so it's usable.
After the aluminum is injected, it's left inside the mold until it solidifies. The casting is ejected from the mold at around 400 degrees Celsius. Then, the raw casting is placed into a cooling bath to quickly bring the temperature down from 400 degrees Celsius to about 50 degrees Celsius. This rapid cooling helps eliminate certain defects and enhances some of the material properties. Finally, the opened mold is cooled down to around 185 degrees Celsius and thoroughly cleaned by a robot to prepare for the next cycle. The next casting cycle typically begins about 1 to 2 minutes after the current one finishes. Any excess metal is trimmed off and recycled for the next melt. The final product is X-rayed to ensure quality and structural integrity. One of the biggest challenges during the casting process is keeping the mold from bursting open under the intense pressure of molten aluminum injection. That's why the machine must apply extremely strong clamping force to hold the mold tightly shut. And with the 50,000-ton Giga Press, that clamping force is absolutely massive.
So, I mean, we got to jam the liquid metal in, cool it down real fast.
According to Elon Musk, to make this all possible, Tesla had to design an ultra-fast cooling system, a smart mold release mechanism, and an AI-powered automated quality inspection process, a combination of technologies that no other automaker has ever attempted to implement at this scale. This also marks the first time the auto industry is shifting toward a production model that closely resembles electronics manufacturing: fast, streamlined, and with extremely optimized use of space. With the new one-piece casting process, car production has become much simpler. Tesla's productivity has doubled, and costs have dropped significantly. The production line, which used to require 1,000 robots, now only needs 300. We believe that the 50,000-ton Giga Press will bring about a huge revolution for Tesla's new vehicles. Manufacturing them will be faster and much less complicated. In fact, the idea of using the Giga Press was ridiculed by the automotive community. Many believed the technology was impractical, especially since aluminum molds wear out faster than steel stamping dies, potentially increasing long-term costs. However, Musk and Tesla have proven the opposite. It's no coincidence that Ford, Hyundai, Toyota, GM, and Volkswagen have also spent money to buy the Giga Press, all recognizing how much Tesla benefits from this machine. Producing 12 cars per minute or 720 cars per hour completely changes the way cars are made, something no competitor has been able to achieve. This is perfectly aligned with the Model 2, as Elon Musk confirmed that this car will have a massive production volume, surpassing the combined total of Model Y and Model 3. Switching to some other recent updates, Waymo has recently suspended its autonomous taxi services in certain areas of Los Angeles and San Francisco due to ongoing violent protests. The protests erupted in Los Angeles and San Francisco against the Trump administration's immigrant crackdowns. The most alarming incident occurred recently when several Waymo robotaxis were severely vandalized, with at least 5 cars caught in the line of fire, and at least 1 car was completely burned. When these cars caught fire, toxic smoke from the lithium-ion batteries was emitted, which could affect health, prompting the police to advise people to avoid the downtown area. The cost of these attacks is notable. Each Waymo robotaxi is valued at between $150,000 and $200,000, according to a 2024 report from the Wall Street Journal. Switching to other news, the Tesla robotaxi service is getting very close, and we will soon see autonomous vehicles operating on the streets of Austin. A recent video posted on X has provided the first glimpse of Tesla's robotaxi, which is expected to be deployed in Austin, Texas, this month, with a major event scheduled for the 12th. It's clear from the short clip that Tesla's robotaxi operates completely without a driver. We believe that Tesla is achieving extremely high reliability for its robotaxi service, and it's quite exciting to think about next month when Tesla will allow more customers to test them instead of the limited number this month. What do you think about the future of these self-driving vehicles? In other news, the Tesla Model Y has solidified its position as the best-selling SUV in China for May, with 24,770 vehicles registered. It surpassed competitors like the BYD Song Plus, with 24,240 registrations, and Geely's gas-powered Xingyu L, which ranked third with 21,014 registrations. Although Tesla's Q1 profit dropped by 71%, which led many to believe that very few Model Ys were sold, we were mistaken. In the first 5 months of 2025, Tesla sold 126,643 Model Y units in China, surpassing the BYD Song Plus with 110,551 units and the BYD Song Pro with 80,245 units. This is quite an impressive number, especially considering the Tesla Model Y remains a premium vehicle, much more expensive than many of its competitors. Although the Model Y is the champion SUV, Tesla's year-over-year performance in China is still facing some challenges. Total sales for May were 38,588 vehicles, a 30% decrease compared to the same period last year. From January to May, Tesla delivered 201,926 vehicles in China, a decrease of 7.8% compared to the same period last year. However, these declines were significantly impacted by the company's transition to the new Model Y in the first quarter. Hopefully, things will be stronger in quarter 3 and quarter 4. What Tesla is doing with the Cybercab isn't just about building a car without a steering wheel or pedals. It's about reinventing how cars are made. It's not just about redesigning the vehicle, but reimagining the entire production process. Instead of a traditional assembly line, it becomes a network. Instead of human workers, it's robots. Instead of hand-assembled parts, it's stacking pre-made modules, together like Lego bricks or toy blocks. Just like Elon Musk said,
And that's actually kind of how they do it in like small volume castings. They'll like have a casting block that'll make like 100 Matchbox cars at a time. Maybe we just make that real big. Yeah, I mean we have the Cathedral of Casting back there.
Yeah, Elon Musk actually compared producing the Cybercab to making toys. The only difference is that Tesla is scaling up the machine to build as many vehicles as possible. Once the Giga Press finishes casting 5 Cybercab chassis, they're immediately fed into the unbox process line, a system so fast that, as we mentioned earlier, humans can't even approach it safely. This machine can cast 5 car bodies simultaneously, which means the mold is significantly larger, and the casting process becomes far more complex. The metal has to travel longer distances within the mold, increasing the risk of defects. As highlighted earlier, if the injection happens too fast, it can trap air bubbles, weakening the structure. But if it's too slow, the aluminum may begin to solidify before the mold is fully filled. All of this takes place inside a 50,000-ton machine. So naturally, Tesla needs time to transport, install, and fine-tune the Giga Press before it can go live. Recognizing the leap Tesla has made with this efficient production model, many automakers, like Toyota, General Motors, Geely, Volvo, and Hyundai, are now trying to follow suit. However, most are still only starting with 6,000-ton Giga Press machines. So if Tesla already has a 50,000-ton Giga Press up and running, when will the others be able to catch up? Most Americans can't hide their excitement and desire to own a fully equipped, affordable home for just $19,999. Yeah, we're talking about Elon Musk's Tesla tiny house, a compact, high-tech living space that's quickly becoming a global trend. And at the forefront of this movement, none other than Elon Musk. According to Elon Musk, the Tesla tiny house isn't just a home, it's a revolution. It blends Tesla's cutting-edge technology with a sustainable, minimalist lifestyle. If SpaceX ever succeeds in colonizing Mars, you can bet Tesla tiny houses will be some of the first things to show up on the red planet. Now, Elon Musk is the richest man in the world with a net worth of $422 billion. He could easily afford the most luxurious mansions anywhere on Earth. He could probably build his own city if he wanted to. But here's the twist. Almost no one knows that Musk actually lives in a tiny house, and he calls it a worthy experience. With land prices skyrocketing, the Tesla CEO believes that compact homes like these are the key to the future. But don't let the size fool you. What's inside the Tesla tiny house will blow your mind. It's no wonder Americans are lining up, eager to get their hands on one. So let's dive into the secret behind the tiny home that's got the whole world talking. Lately, rumors about the Tesla tiny house have been everywhere. And the questions keep coming. Is it real? When can I get one? Or how much will it cost? Here's the truth. The Tesla tiny house hasn't been officially released or listed for sale on the company's website yet. It's still part of a future product plan and a bold ambition of Elon Musk. What many people don't realize is, Elon Musk never backs a product unless he believes in its long-term potential and viability. That's how Tesla succeeded in the first place. But that doesn't mean he won't expand Tesla's product lines. Every time Musk steps into a new industry, from electric vehicles and rockets to AI, he ends up leading the way. So when Musk revealed that he's been living in a 120-square-foot tiny home, it wasn't hard for people to guess. This is likely a prototype of a future Tesla product. And him living in it? That might just be his way of testing it before officially launching the Tesla tiny house. It's hard to believe that a billionaire worth hundreds of billions of dollars, someone who could buy any smart mansion or castle on the planet, would choose to live in a space so small, it almost defies imagination. So why is the $19,999 tiny house special? Okay, as we mentioned earlier, the house is just 120 square feet, and Tesla is expected to partner with Boxable to produce it. It's built to meet NFPA 1192 safety standards set by the National Fire Protection Association. This standard is typically used for RVs and mobile tiny homes, and it ensures safety in areas like fire resistance, electrical systems, plumbing, gas lines, and structural design. That means it uses fire-resistant materials, has proper emergency exits, and follows the National Electrical Code. With NFPA 1192 compliance, the Tesla tiny house can legally be registered as an RV, making it easier to move, finance, and park at RV-friendly sites. This also means reduced risks of fire, gas leaks, or electrical hazards, providing greater safety and peace of mind, whether you're using it temporarily or as a mobile home. It's a strong indicator of quality and reliability. As for the specs, the Tesla tiny house is 14.75 feet long, whether it's in setup or transport mode, 131 inches wide, and 111 inches tall. Its compact footprint makes it ideal for anyone looking for a flexible living space that's easy to move. Weight-wise, it's been optimized too. It has a hitch weight of just 1,000 pounds, with a gross vehicle weight rating of 3,600 pounds, and an unloaded vehicle weight of 2,900 pounds. That leaves a cargo carrying capacity of 700 pounds, which means you can easily tow it behind a regular vehicle. No heavy-duty truck needed. It's perfect for travel lovers or anyone who wants to relocate their home from the backyard to the campground wherever life takes them. The floor plan of the Tesla tiny house is cleverly designed to make the most out of every single inch of space. One of the standout features is its advanced water management system, built to support both on-grid and off-grid lifestyles. The house includes a 30-gallon fresh water tank, which is enough for everyday needs like showering, cooking, and washing dishes. It also comes with separate 30-gallon black water and gray water tanks, allowing you to manage waste efficiently without needing to hook up to a city sewage system. That's a game changer if you're planning to place the home somewhere remote or want to live completely off the grid. Another key design feature, with a ground clearance of 38 inches and a roof eave height of 131 inches, the house is built to withstand extreme weather conditions, from heavy rain and snow to strong winds, ensuring long-term safety and durability. Thanks to its modular design and factory-based production, the Tesla tiny house can be assembled much like a car. It's built in a factory, then shipped to virtually anywhere in the world. Setup takes just a few hours. No foundation, no construction crew, and no bricks, cement, or paint required. Instead, it's made from ultra-durable materials like stainless steel similar to the Cybertruck, reinforced concrete, high-density insulation, and engineered wood compressed under 250,000 pounds of pressure. The result? A super-solid structure that can handle hurricanes, heavy snowfall, and even flooding, challenges that many traditional homes still struggle with today. What's inside the Tesla tiny house? When you step inside the Tesla tiny house, the first thing that surprises you isn't how small it is, but how surprisingly spacious it feels. Even though it's just 120 square feet, the space is well designed to comfortably fit 2 people, or even 3, if you're really clever with space-saving hacks. Of course, the fewer people, the better the overall experience. Right as you enter the Tesla house, you're welcomed into a central area that serves as both the living room and bedroom. You might do a double take when you realize the living room is also the sleeping area, but considering the limited space and how well everything is optimized, it actually makes a lot of sense. Yeah, there's a comfy sofa placed along the wall. It looks a little taller than your average couch, and that's because it transforms into a bed. This bed isn't huge, but it's perfectly fine for 2 adults and maybe a small child. What's really cool is that within seconds, the space goes from daytime hangout to cozy nighttime retreat. Directly across from the sofa is a 55-inch wall-mounted TV, a smart move because it doesn't take up any floor space but still gives the home that modern, upscale feel you'd expect in a full-size house. And having the TV right across from the bed? That's just smart. You can wind down with a movie or a show before sleeping, and let's be honest, a lot of people are going to love that. Right below the TV, there's a simple coffee table with 2 chairs. It's not the most eye-catching or stylish piece of furniture, but honestly, its simplicity helps the living space feel less cramped and more open. Sometimes less really is more. Now, if you're someone who loves reading or collecting books, the Tesla tiny house might be even more perfect for you. While the interior is focused on essential, practical items, that doesn't mean you have to sacrifice your personal touches or hobbies. Next to the TV, you'll notice a few floating shelves and mini bookcases securely mounted to the wall. They're sturdy and multi-tiered, great for storing books, showing off your medals, certificates, collectible toys, small plants, or whatever else you want to display. And the best part? These shelves are positioned so that any guest walking in will notice them right away. It's a great way to make the space your own. Large glass windows also play a huge role in transforming the feel of the tiny house. They let in tons of natural light, helping the home feel open, airy, and anything but claustrophobic. That sunlight not only brightens up the space, it also brings a bit of the outdoors inside, making you feel like you're living in your own peaceful little oasis. And then there's the bathroom, another surprise. It's located just off the main living area, but thanks to a frosted glass door, you still get complete privacy. Inside, there's a modern walk-in shower with a fixed shower head, a sink, a mirror cabinet, and a toilet. But the real showstopper? The clear glass ceiling. Imagine showering in the morning sunlight or gazing up at the stars while rinsing off at night. It's not just practical. It's a luxurious, almost magical experience that even most high-end apartments can't offer. If you love cooking, don't worry. The kitchen area, while compact, is fully equipped with everything you need. You've got drawers, storage cabinets, a fridge, stovetop, oven, and a deep sink, all the essentials for a complete cooking routine. Of course, there's also a ventilation and exhaust system, so if you're whipping up some BBQ or anything with a strong smell, just turn it on and you won't have to worry about the whole place smelling like smoke. So yeah, if you go for a Tesla tiny house, you can count on the layout being smart and efficient. Everything from appliances to storage is arranged in a way that lets you cook, clean, and still feel relaxed and uncluttered. But that's not where the magic stops. The interior goes from smart to almost magical, with features like a built-in wardrobe that has surprisingly generous storage, frosted glass doors, color-changing LED lights, and touch-sensitive handles. The wardrobe is designed to keep out mold and odors, helping keep your clothes fresh. Honestly, it looks way better than what you'd expect for the price. Tesla clearly focused on cost efficiency without sacrificing comfort or design. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say this place feels more like a 3-star hotel than a $19,999 tiny house. What really makes the Tesla tiny house stand out is its user-friendly tech. Everything, from the lighting and temperature to the windows and appliances, can be controlled from a central control panel or even your smartphone. And best of all, the plug-and-play setup for both the electrical and water systems means you won't have to deal with complex installations. Just plug it in and you're good to go. The electrical system in the Tesla tiny house works with a simple extension cord hookup, letting you plug it directly into an outdoor outlet or existing power source. That's super handy if you're setting the house up in a temporary spot like a backyard or campground. But if you're planning to go fully off-grid, you can upgrade to a solar panel system paired with a Tesla Powerwall, turning your tiny house into a self-sustaining ecosystem. The water system is just as straightforward. There's no need for complex plumbing. The house uses standard water hose connections that hook right up to an external water source. Just one hose, and you're all set for showering, cooking, and cleaning. If you're looking for a more sustainable setup, optional water filtration and conservation systems are also available to make the experience even greener and more high-end. As for waste management, the Tesla tiny house includes black and gray water tanks, along with a waste treatment system, so you can live off-grid without needing to be connected to city sewage. The tanks are large enough to handle daily needs and support modern eco-friendly solutions, like composting to minimize environmental impact. Altogether, these features make the Tesla tiny house much more than just a place to live. It's a complete lifestyle solution. So how is Tesla able to offer all this at the unbelievable base price of $19,999? It's thanks to their control over the entire production chain. Unlike traditional builders who rely on third-party suppliers, Tesla handles everything in-house from hardware to software. That cuts costs, boosts quality, and speeds up production. And thanks to its modular design, the house is expandable. You can connect multiple units together to create more space, or even stack them to build 2- or 3-story structures. That's perfect for young professionals just starting out or budget-conscious families, letting them start small and grow over time. The base model at $19,999 focuses on the essentials, minimalist interiors and basic appliances, giving you the freedom to customize the space to fit your personal style. If you want a more premium experience, models priced between $25,000 and $40,000 come with fully furnished interiors, high-end appliances, solar energy systems, Starlink satellite internet, and even advanced features like gray water recycling and SpaceX-inspired air filtration. Okay, but from our view, let's be real. Tiny house living isn't everyone's cup of tea, and the Tesla tiny house, as amazing as it sounds, comes with its own set of challenges that might make you think twice. Sure, Tesla markets this house as being built with water-resistant, mold-proof, and super durable materials, like stainless steel and high-density insulation, but let's face it, nothing lasts forever. Over time, wear and tear is bound to happen. If you're not on top of regular maintenance, you might start noticing cracks in the walls, warped floors, or windows that don't seal as tightly as they used to. Imagine dealing with a leaky window during a harsh winter storm in Colorado, or a humid summer in Florida, where mold sneaks in despite all those mold-proof claims. It's a hassle no one wants. Then there's the insulation factor, which is a big deal if you're living in a place with extreme weather. If the insulation isn't top of the line, you could be shivering through a freezing Midwest winter or sweating buckets in a Texas summer. That means higher energy bills, which can hit your wallet hard, especially when you thought a tiny house would save you money. Speaking of space, let's talk about privacy, or the lack thereof. At just 120 square feet, your bedroom, living room, and bathroom are practically on top of each other. Hosting a couple of friends for a game night? Good luck. They'll see your entire life in one glance, from your unmade bed to your toothbrush on the sink. It's cozy, sure, but it can feel way too cramped for comfort. Living tiny also demands a serious commitment to minimalism and organization, something not all Americans are ready for in our consumer-driven culture. If you're the type who loves holding on to every gadget, keepsake, or seasonal decor, this house might drive you up the wall. Without constant decluttering, that small space can turn into a chaotic mess faster than you can say, Black Friday haul. And let's not forget how life changes over time. Maybe you start working from home and need a quiet corner for Zoom calls. Or you and your partner decide to have a baby suddenly. 120 square feet feels more like a shoebox than a home. Sure, the Tesla tiny house is mobile, but moving it isn't as simple as hooking it up and hitting the road. If you've got young kids who need space to run around, or you're juggling a busy schedule, relocating this house can feel like a logistical nightmare. Tiny living offers freedom, but it's not without its trade-offs. Are you ready to make those sacrifices? So then why would someone like Elon Musk choose to live in a tiny house? And what does the Tesla tiny house really mean in the bigger picture? The answer lies in Musk's long-term vision. This isn't just about affordable housing on Earth, it's about preparing for life on Mars. Musk has always aimed to make interplanetary living a reality, and compact, easily transportable homes like the Tesla tiny house could be the first step toward building habitable structures on the red planet. On Mars, where resources are limited and the environment is incredibly harsh, transporting modular housing units from Earth makes way more sense than trying to build everything from scratch. These tiny houses could serve as starter habitats, equipped with renewable energy, resource recycling, and climate control, helping establish the first sustainable human communities beyond Earth. For now, Tesla is focused on big projects like electric cars, the humanoid Optimus, and expanding its Starlink infrastructure. But the overwhelming public interest, with over 100,000 pre-orders for similar tiny homes from Boxable, shows the potential of this market. In a world where the gap between rich and poor is widening, and millions of people struggle to pay off debt to keep a roof over their heads, the Tesla tiny house offers a simple, efficient, and meaningful way to live. Elon Musk doesn't live in a tiny house because he has to. He lives in a vision that goes beyond the limitations of the present. If a billionaire can live happily in a compact space, why can't we? The Tesla tiny house is more than a product. It's an invitation to rethink how we live, what's sustainable, and what really matters. Is this the future of housing, or just another wild dream of Elon Musk? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain. The Tesla tiny house is ushering in a new chapter where the home is not just a place to live, but a symbol of innovation and hope. What do you think about tiny house? Do you want one? Drop a comment below. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.